Hi, I'm Alan with Center Consoles Only, and we're doing a quick walkthrough with Streamline Boats on their new 26-foot center console. Peter Garcia, Vice President of the company, is going to walk us through. Enjoy.
What you're staring at here is our 26. We offer it in a tournament and a sport model. Obviously there's a boat in the mold at this present moment. It's actually in its second stage of lamination. The first stage would be us prepping the mold and waxing, and then you spray gel coat. The mold has a release agent that allows the boat to come out of the mold without having any friction. Or the first layers of the lamination is going to be a mat, which I'll show you is basically, it's a very thin material, which what it does is that it guarantees your bond in between your gel coat and your laminate. So there's no air bubbles, no runs. You get a perfect bond, well, as close to perfect as possible. And then when you start going up to your second stage of lamination, different layers of glass, of pure woven, it's gonna have the same matte material woven into it in the rear because it's a two-part laminate. And then what you'll see is that the laminates that we use are directional. So this one right here is a 1708. So when you lay this mat down on the hull and you start laminating the boat, when you infuse it with resin, your laminates are gonna go in this direction. When you go to your second layer, or vice versa, as you start to stack them, they go opposite, so they won't shear from each other. On your third stage, what will happen is we'll use Divina coring. This is what we core the hull sides with. What you'll do is you'll open this in sheets. It has a laminate it has a material on the inside of mat. So when you spray this down with resin, it'll fuse to what you're doing as well. That's going to go on the hull side. It'll get laid down. Obviously, it'll be cut to the contour of the boat, and then it'll get laminates over it as well. And that's why you core a hull bottom and a hull side. In this stage of the process, they're preparing to core what is our hard top. As you see, they're starting to cut it to contour the shape of the top. Now this will get another 2 layers of laminate, which will be a 17 and an 1808. They'll core it and then marry it to the opposite side, what would be the bottom of the T-top, the colored side of the T-top. In this area, this is where we manufacture our hatches, also from scratch. These molds were just gel coated maybe about a half hour ago. These are already in their first stages of lamination. This is the skin coat stage. And then so on and so forth. As you start moving out of production, you'll start to see they'll go into coring and they'll get fused together, and then they'll be ready to go to finish work and then assembled on the boat. As we walk into what is production and our production line, this is basically a fresh boat that just came out of the mold last Friday. This is what it looks like as it first releases from the mold. This gel coat is it has not been polished. You can look at the shine on it because we use really, really good material, and we really lay it down when we put it on there. This boat is yet to be trimmed as well. This is the flange, so when it releases from the mold, basically what it takes is a wedge, and it just separates. It gets completely lifted out of the mold. The stringer system is all composite, so if you see it's all laminated, there's no wood in the hulls whatsoever. In any form of the boat is there wood, in any spot of it. And then as we start to move down production, you'll see the different stages. This boat already has their primitive fittings, which is all Gemlux. They're all lifetime warranted. Everything from through hulls to what are cleats, D-rings, everything comes from Gemlux. This boat also is getting ready now. It has all its drains cut out. They just have to be laminated. So as water or whatnot accumulates in the boat, it'll drain out of the back through the bilge. And the fuel tank's about to go in. It's not yet assembled or put in its spot, but it will be laminated over and will be put in its spot. As you move further along to this black boat, the tank has already been installed. You can't really tell from this angle, but the water tank's already in it. And now what it's going to start doing is they're going to paint all the boxes and run all the plumbing. And they'll be ready to drop the deck down the boat. In our next stage, this boat is almost to its final stage. It has all its electronics, all the pipe work, hard top. The only thing that this boat right now is missing is the leaning post and its upholstery. And obviously engines, but we're getting there. The next stage, the motors got here first on this boat. So this boat is the only thing it's missing right now is all the electronics just to be installed. And then we have 2 that are already in final assembly. Horsepower wise, in my opinion, my personal boat, I put 300s on it. Runs fantastic. It is a little much, but again, that's my demo boat, so you know that I was gonna go a little bit extravagant with it. I like the Twin 200 setup. The boat runs 60 miles an hour, it gets 3 miles a gallon, and you have the dependability of the second leg if you're trying to make the long trips. We do offer a 3-tank setup, which is saddle tanks. That blue boat actually has them in there. That boat has 250 gallons of fuel in it versus the 150-gallon standard. So it is a lot of fuel. That guy lives on the West Coast and he runs 100 miles each way to get back and forth from his fishing hole. So that's what we strive on here, is to try to give the customer the best experience possible at a very cost-effective price. This right here is our sport model. I don't know if you noticed, but inside the seating, that boat will have the rear seating. This is more family oriented. Sandbar guy, the guy that likes to cruise around, spends a lot of time, you know, bar hopping or going to the beach. That's basically their setup. When you move into like what is my demo or these two, these are the more die-hard fishing guys. Our TE model, this is my demo. Again, the big power. I went a little bit over extravagant. I powder coated everything. It's got a huge stereo system in it. I got sponsored by Garmin and Fusion. You'll see right away that this boat has all C-deck along the bolsters instead of the cushions, because again, we fish a lot. So if you look, this boat has what would be the transom live well. They're all friction hinges, all gem Lux as well. If you look at all the cleats, rod holders, the cup holders that are boat are standard. They're Yeti cup holders. The new ones are actually illuminated. They'll go with the spectrum lighting in the boat. And what you'll have is this boat also has the small live well, but it is leaning post live well setup. The upholstery comes from a company here locally in Miami called Twin Marine. They do a fantastic job. Any kind of custom upholstery that you see somewhere, they'll match. They have done over and beyond our expectations in delivering a product to a customer that's happy. And that's our ultimate goal, is to build the best product we can and deliver a true custom boat. As you walk forward, you'll see our standard models, as of right now, all come with the forward seating. I'm working on a newer model that's not going to have the forward seating in it. I have a lot of clients that are asking for it. You're only going to gain so much space, but again, we're building to fit each and every customer. But you do have a walk-in head with easy access to the electronics. Batteries are under the step. Battery switches, obviously, you can see them right there on the back wall. Everything out of the weather, really easy. There's plenty of storage. This fish box will drain overboard. The two rear ones are 174-quart insulated and macerated fish boxes. Under each one of these cushions here in the forward seating, you'll see you have a cooler that also drains overboard, so nothing drains into the hull. If you ever wanted to leave the hatches open or something on a boat lift and it rains, you know that the boat's not going to get full of water at all. It has a enormous anchor locker that also drains overboard. It's pretty cool when you build a boat from scratch. It changes your perspective of the boat, makes you feel like you bought something more of yourself than something that you just bought off the lot, you know. That's what makes it fun.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our day at Streamline Boats. Check them out for more information on their new 26, and keep your tabs on Center Consoles only. There's going to be a lot more content coming very soon. Thanks, guys.